Hi students, myself is Sirisha and assistant professor in AVNIET College in Hyderabad. So today I am going to discuss about engineering chemistry subject. So this is for first BTech for all branches. So now we going to explain the topic is potable water treatment. So what is meant by potable water? Potable means if something is potable that means it is safe to drink. So in developed countries, tap water is usually a potable water. So potable water is nothing but our drinking water. So there is some specifications of characteristics of potable water is there. So this potable water is used for the consumption by the human beings and other animals, and it is also called drinking water. So there is some characteristic properties are there to the potable water or drinking water. So this potable water is should be colorless, odorless and tasteless, and it should be pleasant to taste, and there is no presence of there is free from harmful bacteria and suspended impurities, and it should be free from dissolved gases like carbon dioxide, sulfides, hydrogen sulfides and ammonia, etc. And the hardness should be less than 500 ppm. So and fluoride content and total dissolved salts also is less than 500 ppm should be is present in the potable water. And in the potable water should be having the pH range is between 6.5 to 8.5. So there is a specifications of the potable water or drinking water, and how it will be purified from the municipal water to the drinking water, how it will be purified. Now let us see what are the treatments are involved to the treatment of the purifying of the potable water. So first of all, water treatment. What is the water treatment? The process of removing of contaminants. What are the contaminants present in the water that can be removed? This process of removing of contaminants from the water is called water treatment. So it is physical or chemical or biological process maybe. Okay, so this removal of physical, chemical and biological contaminants also is removed in this treatment. So to treatment for the potable water, there is steps are involved. So what are the steps? There is 5 steps are involved. So there is first step is screening, and next step aeration, third sedimentation and coagulation and filtration. So there is 5 steps are involved to treatment of potable water. First step, screening. So in the screening step, there is initially wood chips, leaves, aquatic plants, large impurities are removed in this screening step. So in this screening step, the water is passed through the screening step. It is having large number of holes like you can see in the picture. So this is the screening step are doing. So in this screening step, the water is flowing through the large number of holes are having the net type of holes. So through these holes, the large aquatic plants and the impurities, large impurities like wood pieces are removed in the screening step. So the process of removing of floating materials like leaves, wood pieces, and other aquatic plants from the water is doing in the screening step. So the raw water is first allowed to pass through a screen, and it is having a large number of holes which is retains the floating materials, and it is allows to the water to pass. So that is the screening step, first step. And the next step is aeration. So aeration means the process of mixing of water with air is known as an aeration. The process of mixing water with an air is known as aeration. So what is the purpose of this aeration step? So in this aeration step, so what are the dissolved gases like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfides? The dissolved gases can be removed in this aeration step. So in this aeration step, the dissolved gases are present in this water, that gases are removed in this aeration step. You can see in the picture. So the air and volatile compounds in the raw water is both are mixed. That process is called aeration. So what are the dissolved gases present in this water that can be removed in the aeration step? That is the second step. And next, third step, that is sedimentation. So in the sedimentation process, it is a process of removing suspended impurities by allowing water to stand in the undisturbed state for 2 to 6 hours. Sedimentation means the water is allowing to stand in the undisturbed state for the 2 to 6 hours. So in a big tank. So if we do this undisturbed state of 2 to 6 hours, most of the suspended particles are settled down at the bottom of the tank due to the forces of gravity, and they are removed. So this sedimentation process, what are the impurities cannot be removed in the previous steps, aeration and screening step, that impurities can be removed in the sedimentation step, but only 75% of the suspended impurities can be removed in sedimentation step. So this is the third step. And next, fourth step is coagulation. Coagulation means it is the so what are the impurities cannot be removed in the screening, aeration, sedimentations. So some impurities like clay, silica, grease, oil type of impurities cannot be removed in the sedimentation process. So why? Because they do not settle down easily. So that's why that type of impurities to remove from the water, we used coagulation methods. So in this method, we have to add some chemicals called coagulants like alum, Al2SO4 thrice, that is alum. So we are added that's alum to the water. So that alum is reacted with the water. It is hydrolyzed to form a precipitation. That is aluminium hydroxide precipitation will be formed. So thus the gelatin precipitates and aluminium hydroxide. It is formed like a precipitation. So that precipitation can be removed by the using of some other methods. You can see in the picture here. In the sea green color is the water, and the red color is the impurities, and the green color are coagulants are added. Okay, so that green color coagulants are added to remove the impurities. Okay, so that in the second step, the impurities and the green color coagulants both are mixed together to form a green color like precipitation. So in the third tank, there is formation of precipitation. So that precipitation is easily settled down at the bottom of the tank. So that precipitation can be removed by the using of some other methods. So this is the coagulation method, the fourth step. And next, fifth step. So in this fifth step, this is filtration. So in this filtration, this process of removing bacteria, color, taste, odor and other suspended particles are removed in this filtration step by passing the water through the filter beds containing. So in this filtration, there is a different filter beds are having like sand, different filter beds, quartz filter, different filter beds, sand, gravel and fine sand. So there is a shown in the figure, there is a right side of the figure, it is shown. So different filter beds are having in the filtration step. So the sand filter consists of a tank. It is containing a thick top layer of the fine sand. That is the thick top layer of the fine sand. It is followed by the coarse sand, fine gravel and the coarse gravel. So there is a followed by the different filter beds are having. And it is the water is flows through this various beds slowly. The rate of the filtration is decreases slowly. So due to the clogging of impurities in the pores of the sand bed, when the rate of the filtration becomes very slow, so the filtration is stopped and the thick top layer of the fine sand is scraped off and it is replaced with the clean sand. So the bacteria are also partly removed by this process. So this is the filtration process. So there is a 5 steps: screening, aeration, sedimentation, coagulation and filtration. So after completing all the 5 steps, the water is disinfection method. The water is going through the disinfection method. So what is meant by disinfection? So disinfection means the killing of bacteria, the destroying of bacteria is present in the water. The killing of bacteria present in the water, that process is called disinfection. So what are the chemicals used to the killing of bacteria? That chemicals are called disinfectants. Okay, so you should through the disinfection methods, compulsorily the water should go through the disinfection methods. So you should kill the bacteria present in the water. That is also important for the drinking purpose. So in this disinfection method, so what is the disinfection method? The process of elimination of most pathogenic microorganisms. So that is process is called disinfection. So there is a disinfection methods. Two methods are there. That is chlorination and second one is ozonization. So let us see ozonization. Ozonization means is nothing but the ozone gas is passing through the water. Ozone gas is passing through the water. So ozone is a powerful disinfectant and it is readily absorbed by the water. So the ozone is highly unstable and it is breaks down to give nascent oxygen. So this nascent oxygen is powerful oxidizing agent and it kills the bacteria. And we have some disadvantages also there doing the ozonization process. So the process is very costly and cannot be used in the large scale amount of the water, and ozone is unstable and cannot be stored for the long time. So this is the one of the process to disinfection of the method water. And next, second one is chlorination. Chlorination means the process of adding of chlorine to the water is called chlorination. So thus adding of chlorine is maybe in the form of gas, bleaching powder, chloramine. So many formations are there. So one is, and there is a three types. The first one, by adding of chlorine in the form of gas, by adding of chlorine gas. You can see in the equation chlorine Cl2, by adding of water, that is H2O, it will be formed HOCl, hypochlorous acid. So this hypochlorous acid is very strongly disinfectant. So it kills the bacteria. Next, second one, by adding of chloramine. Second method is by adding of chloramine. So when chlorine and ammonia are mixed in the ratio of 2:1, chloramine will be formed. So this chloramine Cl and H2, it is added to the water H2O. Again hypochlorous acid HOCl and NH3 as a gas is released. So the chloramine compounds decomposes slowly to give chlorine. So it is a better disinfectant than chlorine. So chloramine gives good taste to the treated water. So the third one is by adding of bleaching powder. So in this method, the chlorine is added in the form of bleaching powder. It produces also same hypochlorous acid, that is HOCl. That is, it is also produces hypochlorous acid. So this hypochlorous acid is a powerful germicide and it kills the bacteria. So this is the potable water treatment for this drinking water treatment. And thank you for today's class, and we will meet again in the with the next topic. And thank you.